Hi, everybody. July 11th. Courage to change. Here we go. It seems to me that many of us deal with our anger in inappropriate ways. Denying it, we stuff it, or we let it, or we go off in a fury, directing the feelings outward. I, for one, opt for avoidance of any conflict, and then I turn into a doormat. The Al-Anon program encourages me to acknowledge my feelings and to be responsible for how I express them. The problem is not that I get angry, but that I do not know how to direct my anger appropriately. Lately, when I feel like hitting somebody, I take my pillow and beat the daylights out of my bed. When I want to wipe someone out, I attack my dirty oven. I try to release my anger as soon as I can, so I won't build up resentments that will be harder to get rid of later. I'm learning to communicate my anger too. I may not do it gracefully, and my words may not be well received. It means facing the awful discomfort called conflict. But I can't run away anymore. Today's reminder, feeling our feelings is one more important part of the recovery process. Learning how to balance feelings with appropriate action is another. Woo! Well, when I was growing up, I live with, if you've ever read my blog, one of the first blogs I've ever done was on the way I was raised. I was raised with passive aggressive parents, right? And I never really saw a lot of anger displayed. It was all very passive aggressive, and I tend to have picked up those traits. So I it's so unhealthy, but when I get mad, I don't like to get mad, and I like to avoid conflict. Here, this reading says I avoid conflict and then turn into a doormat. I avoid conflict, and then I let it build and build and build, and then I become a volcano, and I explode. And I get really pissed. Like, I don't say anything, I avoid, I deflect, I'd rather pick up and move than get in a fight with you, right? And then I swung the other way. I think that happens too. Once I got into recovery and I started having a voice, then I went too far. And I started claiming my feelings, and I just lost my mind. But losing my mind wasn't good either, because after I'd lose my mind, I'd be exhausted. I'd be completely wiped out for days. So I had to find a middle, and the best way for me to do this is not to clean my oven or beat my bed. It's to pray. I pray a sick man prayer for people. When I'm really upset at someone, I got to remember that these people are sick people too. I have a program of recovery, but maybe they don't, right? Or they're not working it. So I pray. I ask God for help. Thy will be done. Please help me with this anger, right? This is a sick person. God, save me from being angry. Thy will be done. And when I'm really pissed, I just say, thy will be done. And the biggest thing for me is to learn how to shut my mouth. Don't explode or implode. Just button it, ask God for some help, wait, think about it. I never text angry anymore. If I write a text, I wait. I don't put the name in it, and I save it as a draft, and I pray. And then I might adjust it or change it, or I might send it like that. But at least I've waited for a minute. The same with emails. I do not send angry emails anymore. First thing that stuff's in writing, it comes back at you, and it feels horrible. So I pray. I ask God for some help. I pray for the person that's upset me. And I ask God to give me a different way to react. See, because I don't respond well. Packing up and leaving town because you don't want to deal with a breakup or confrontation of any kind is not the way to go. I did that for years. Just try to pack up and leave, and those, that doesn't really work. And then losing your mind doesn't really work. So really giving it to God and letting God handle it has been the best way for me to deal with this. So I hope that helps you. I have the sick man prayer written down all over in different literature that I have. If you need a copy of that, just let me know and I'll put it in the messages. Have a great day. Bye, guys.